Ladies and gentlemen, the members of the press, technical staff, as we say in French, mesdames, messieurs, vos grades et qualités, good afternoon. As first Vice President of the overseas community, which we commonly call the Collectivité of Saint Martin, it is my distinct honor and pleasure to welcome you here today. Sorry. I apologize, realized. To welcome you today, October 21st, on the occasion of the official launching of the Saint Martin Internet Exchange Point, IXP. I am certainly not the most expert person to talk about such technical endeavors, but having been explained what it served, I welcome this initiative on the behalf of the President of the Collectivité, Mr. Louis Mossenton, and I wish such endeavors and such projects long life. This Internet Exchange Point that is set up here on Saint Martin has been called SmartIX, and I was made to understand that it comes under the auspices of CaribIX project, which is coordinated by the Caribbean Telecommunication Union, CTU. I rest easy because someone much more qualified than I in this field will come after me to give further explanation on what this is all about. The island of Saint Martin is unique in many ways, and it is determined to use this uniqueness to stand as a model of cooperation across the Caribbean and across the world. One country, two systems, a reality which affects life on this island, and for us that has been elected to govern it on a daily basis. It proves to be an interesting challenge for us. So it is my joy, it is with joy that I come, friends and fellow countrymen from the southern side and from the Caribbean. It is with great pride that I approach the signing of this joint initiative. From the 14th century, there were writings referring to our island of Saint Martin as being the crossroads of the Caribbean. Whoever wrote this first must have been quite a visionary, because 7 centuries later, it still proves to be such that, a crossroads of the Caribbean. And so, the joint signature that is about to take place between the overseas community of Saint Martin, the Caribbean Communication Union, CTU, represented by Mr. Gary Kalu, CaribIX, project coordinator, and the local communication companies, Dauphin, Telecom, Orange, Telem, Computech, Digicel, Canal+, Flow, MSR, confirms our unique position at the center of the chain of the islands making up the Caribbean. The connecting point between the North and the South Caribbean and the gateway to the international for many territories of the sub-region. What's the advantages? Briefly in French. Les avantages des IXP, ce projet est clairement positionné pour apporter une valeur ajoutée à l'ensemble du Caraïbe, car les nouveaux IXP viendront compléter ceux qui existent déjà dans la région. Les nouveaux IXP créeront la possibilité d'une connexion éventuelle aux IXP régionaux existants afin de faciliter l'infrastructure de réseau à l'échelle des Caraïbes et permettra un acheminement et une terminaison plus efficace et efficiente du trafic généré au niveau régional. C'est un renforcement de l'infrastructure Internet à l'échelle de la Caraïbe. Quels sont les bénéfices aussi pour les citoyens? Le projet apportera des avantages tangibles à l'ensemble des citoyens, y compris les organisations des secteurs publics et privés le secteur de l'éducation et la société civile. En particulier, la création d'IXP peut jouer un rôle important dans la fourniture efficace de services publics tels que la santé et l'éducation en ligne. En outre, il jette les bases des initiatives entrepreneuriales dans les domaines des TIC, du développement des industries du contenu local et de nouveaux services à large bande passante. L'établissement d'un IXP dans chacun des territoires français garantira que le trafic national reste à l'intérieur des frontières nationales et que les consommateurs qui échangent du trafic national puissent continuer à le faire en cas de défaillance des installations internationales. Impact IXP sur l'entrepreneuriat local et l'industrie du contenu local. La présence d'un IXP incite d'autres fournisseurs de transit et de contenu à entrer sur le marché, ce qui stimule la croissance du secteur et peut être source de création d'emplois. Elle favorise également le développement d'une industrie locale de contenu, télévision, radio, développeurs d'applications, et peut faciliter l'hébergement local de contenu par des fournisseurs internationaux tels que Facebook, Google, Netflix, etc., Microsoft. Résilience en cas de catastrophe naturelle, telles que les cyclones. Les Caraïbes sont, comme nous le savons tous, particulièrement sujets aux cyclones, ce qui expose la région à un risque accru de dommages aux infrastructures de télécommunications. L'IXP établi localement permet donc l'échange de trafic généré localement dans le pays si les câbles sous-marins internationaux à fibre optique étaient endommagés, entraînant une perte de connectivité internationale. Dans ce cas, la présence d'un IXP permet d'accéder aux services d'urgence en cas de catastrophe. I won't be longer. Just allow me to once more say thanks to all of you that have worked diligently to make this happen. And as I've said, I really want to encourage those that would not be on the signing table this morning or this afternoon to make sure that they are on board. I also wish to say thanks to Interact CaribIX, the European funding agency or mechanism for cooperation, for allocating funds that make this project timely and possible. Thank you all very much. With no further ado, I'll ask Mr. Gilles Bajazet, who is connected. So I'll pass him the floor to intervene. La parole est à vous, Monsieur Bajazet.
Merci à vous, Président. Est-ce que tout le monde m'entend?
Oui, on vous entend.
Merci. Je voudrais commencer par vous remercier. Remercier le Saint Télécom pour l'invitation, remercier la Com de Saint Martin, remercier la CTU pour l'opportunité qui m'est donnée aujourd'hui de représenter le programme Interact Caraïbes. Pour rappel, le projet CaribIX est soutenu par le programme Interact Caraïbes depuis 2017 pour un montant d'environ 335 000 €. De par son ambition de rationaliser, de contrôler et de sécuriser le trafic de données dans la Caraïbe, le projet CaribIX est en effet en adéquation avec la stratégie du programme Interact Caraïbes. Aujourd'hui, une étape importante est franchie avec la mise en place d'un point d'échange à Saint Martin en attendant la mise en place de celui de la Guadeloupe. Il s'agit par voie de conséquence d'un projet d'importance qui peut aussi se prévaloir d'une double singularité. Dans un premier temps, dans sa gouvernance, puisqu'il s'agit d'un projet qui repose sur un partenariat public-privé et aussi de son financement.
Recording in progress.
Et aussi de son financement, puisqu'il mobilise à la fois des crédits du FEDER pour les partenaires communautaires du projet que sont Dauphin Télécom, la Com de Saint Maarten et la Guadeloupe, et des crédits du FED pour notamment la Caribbean Telecommunication Union. Le programme Intérêt Caraïbes est à ce jour à une période charnière entre la clôture du programme qui couvre la période 2014-2020 et le lancement du programme pour la période 2021-2027. Pour votre information, le programme 21-27 sera validé d'ici la fin de l'année par la Commission européenne. Le renforcement de la connectivité numérique reste un enjeu fort. Il y aura donc des opportunités de poursuite des actions qui sont déjà mises en place dans le cadre du projet CaribIX sur le futur programme, donc avec la possibilité d'être financé à hauteur de 85%. Donc, je conclurai en vous remerciant de nouveau et en souhaitant bon vent à ce projet CaribIX porté avec brio par l'opérateur Dauphin Télécom. Merci à vous.
Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup, M. Bajazé. Et merci encore à Intérêt Caraïbes d'avoir
Je suis tentée de dire finalement, hein, parce que comme Gilles l'a dit, c'est un projet Intérêt depuis 2017, mais chez nous, c'est un projet qui a commencé en 2013 qui a commencé à prendre réalité en 2015. On avait fait un cahier blanc en fait des besoins des Internet Exchange sur la Caraïbe, notamment française, en 2015. Donc c'est enfin une réalité. Donc on n'est pas seulement en train de signer des papiers, il faut savoir que les équipements ont été installés. J'invite les journalistes qui auraient envie de visiter l'installation technique, voilà, c'est possible. Voilà, il y a des vrais serveurs avec des vrais opérateurs connectés. Et donc, tous les bénéfices dont en parlait le président ou Cédric vont être des réalités pour nos concitoyens assez rapidement. Ça, je reviens sur ce que le président a dit. La plupart des opérateurs sont présents autour de la table. Je remercie ceux qui sont là physiquement. Donc, il y a les circuits de fond, Flo qui est juste là, TLM, Dauphin Télécom. Donc, ça va devenir une réalité pour nos concitoyens assez rapidement. Donc, comment ça va se matérialiser? C'est que les flux Internet vont être beaucoup plus rapides et de meilleure qualité. On aura moins de coupures parce qu'effectivement, certains flux n'auront pas besoin de sortir de l'île pour pouvoir se passer. On a amélioré, là, du coup, de cette installation, la résilience de Saint Martin, c'est-à-dire ce qui s'est passé après Irma, c'est-à-dire qu'on n'avait plus du tout de communication, devrait normalement mieux se passer. Voilà. C'est-à-dire qu'on devrait avoir des communications en interne qui restent de la donnée qui reste sur l'île. Donc, je remercie beaucoup les opérateurs parce que c'est effectivement les premiers acteurs. Malgré que ce soit aujourd'hui nos concurrents, voilà, merci d'être là, messieurs et dames, pour faire en sorte que cela arrive. Ensuite, je voudrais quand même dire que ce n'est pas que de la technique, que ce projet a été une formidable aventure humaine. Voilà, on était deux au départ avec Gary. Voilà, on a commencé le projet tous les deux en 2017. Et aujourd'hui, on est plus de 50 autour de la table, si je compte tous nos collègues opérateurs, et 50, ce qui est admirable à mon sens, de toute la Caraïbe, c'est-à-dire Saint Maarten, Saint Maarten, Guadeloupe, Trinidad, Jamaïque, Grenade. Vraiment, on a eu la Guadeloupe, la Martinique, la Guyane, tout le monde est autour de la table et autour de ce sujet. En ça c'est un sujet très important. Voilà. Et donc, en ce sens-là, le projet est un succès. Voilà. On est capable de porter un projet très technique au sein de la Caraïbe sur tous les territoires. Alors seulement, voilà, on est content, on a installé notre X, mais l'aventure ne s'arrête pas là. Donc, sur le projet CaribIX, on a installé Saint Barthélemy le mois dernier, Saint Martin aujourd'hui, et la Guadeloupe doit arriver d'ici la fin de l'année, début de l'année prochaine. Voilà. Et surtout, j'espère qu'effectivement, à l'invitation de Gilles Bajazet, un nouveau dossier va s'ouvrir, une nouvelle page. Je rappellerai qu'effectivement, il y a encore beaucoup de sujets restants, ça, Monsieur le Président, vous l'avez dit, la gestion des contenus, la gestion des usages, la connexion, pour Saint Martin spécifiquement, la connexion avec l'X qui a été mis en place côté hollandais qui s'appelle aussi l'X. Voilà, là, ça apporterait la résilience à l'île dans son entièreté. Voilà. Je suis très contente aujourd'hui d'avoir participé à ce projet et j'invite tous les partenaires à faire l'étape d'après. Voilà, vous avez notre soutien. Et là, justement, parlant de cette étape d'après, je vais donc passer la main à Jean Arnel de chez CompuTech, qui effectivement est peut-être plus à même de vous parler de cette étape.
Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Jean Arnel from CompuTech, and I'm so delighted to be here and participate in the signing of this MOU. Let me first start by saying thank you to the Collectivité of Saint Martin. I think, Mr. President, the leadership on this issue has been admirable and commendable. From the onset of your mandate, you've made digital transformation an important topic, and you've really pushed this dossier to bring it to completion. And we certainly have a couple more of these to work on in order to ensure that Saint Martin's have equal, open, and universal access to broadband but also the content on Saint Martin. So I certainly commend your leadership on this issue and the work that your staff has done, your cooperation team and your technical staff have done to bring this to fruition. I want to say a special thank you to CPU, the candidate and the county. It has been great working with you, and we continue to work with you. We worked over the past couple of months with a highly skilled group of technical persons from the CPU who are experienced in implementing IXPs throughout the Caribbean. Our team at CompuTech and CPU's team work very closely, particularly this week of the implementation process and the deployment of tools. And I want to thank you and commend you for this. And Gary, if you may take back our words of gratitude to Secretary General Rodney Taylor, as well as the rest of your staff in Trinidad. I think this is just the beginning of a relationship that will take us further along this road of building out our Caribbean territories to be more digitally enabled. Let me thank obviously the operators for coming on. Like this IXP is very important tonight. I want to put this in very simple terms today. There is no single operator right now that can take you from Sandy Ground to Oyster Pond, or no single operator that can transport you from Point Blanche to Oyster Pond. A lot of our content and our connectivity transits internationally. It's what we refer to as IP transit. And this IXP enables a great deal of the island-wide communication to remain local. Some of the results that we've seen in the Caribbean and France is you can maintain about 60% of your traffic locally, so thereby optimizing your IP transit, reducing cost, and only going out to the internet when it's necessary. So for us as a solutions provider, as a content provider, as a managed services provider, this ISP is critical in terms of enabling digital transformation of the business community, etc. Our main mission is to enable our customers to align their technology investments with their business objectives. And we drive digital transformation to improve outcomes, whether it is how our customers reach their customers, whether it's how people collaborate within organizations, how they optimize their infrastructure through a hosted private cloud, or even how they transform their business with data. We're living in a world with tremendous data proliferation, which is creating new workloads and new business models. And those are the core of our business. And we're yet to hear much about those new business models on Saint Martin for the reason of connectivity. Not just fast internet, but better connectivity between content and solution providers and the end user. And that is really what this is about. And this is why we are on board as a managed service provider and a solution provider. So I'm certainly grateful for the opportunity to participate in this project. And the lead systems engineer, Joan Charlevy, is here, and he's been really working very closely with the operators and CPU team. And we work really diligently to bring this for future, not just to meet the deadlines, but also to make sure that it runs and works. So to all the CPU team and operators and Collectivité, for expression of gratitude here. As Ev was saying, where does this take us next? There's a lot of discussion about building a more sustainable, a more resilient, a more digital enabled system. How does Saint Martin benefit from technology as a whole? This IXP, as well as our digital infrastructure, lays the foundation for new services, new business models, as I mentioned, and obviously new usages, whether it's in the public sector or whether it is in the private sector. And it certainly will contribute to not just the economic development, but more greater social cohesion within our community, making sure that every Saint Martin has access to content through better broadband. So thank you all for your presence. Thank you for bringing us on board, and thank you for listening. Good afternoon, all. One of the bad things about speaking last in the connector to people like signing is the fact that everybody says most of everything already. And secondly, I don't speak French. So when they speak in French and everybody nodding yes, I'm like, I guess it's good. So I have to trust them and think that what we're doing is a good thing. But I want to thank you first of all for inviting Talent to be part of this initiative. This is a very important initiative. As a ISP provider, what we need is connectivity. And if we're going to picture island, so that means everything has to go off island. The more things you can keep on island or even within the Caribbean itself, the less lag time you have. The more efficiency, the more effectively you can communicate with basically the entire world. So being a provider of services at that level, of course, Talent was greatly honored to be part of this solution. Also, the internet was meant to reduce borders. Now here between the northern side and the southern side, we don't have a border, but we did have a technical border. In the fact that if you want to send an email to somebody on the fence side, you would literally have to go international and come back. A simple email. Now, this will solve that solution. This will solve that problem. This solution now would allow us to communicate more effectively with each other. And I wanted to also be an example of what we can do if we work together as one island. I mean, if you're really from St. Martin, you have family on both sides, no doubt. So you can now communicate with your family more effectively. You can, like Mr. Arnell says, you can develop different services, entrepreneurs who get involved, and they will also be able to do things in a more efficient and effective manner. So naturally, again, thank you all for this opportunity. We are very excited about it and hope that this is not the only thing we do together, but between the northern side and the southern side, that we do other things together as well. Thank you.
Thank you all very much. And now, Mr. Gary Kalou from CaribIX and also CTV.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Alan Richardson, First Vice President, the Collectivity of Saint Martin, and other members of the Saint Martin Collectivity. Mr. Jill Bazaji, Director for the Interreg CaribIX program, ISP representatives, my colleagues on the CTU CaribIX team, and of course, I know we have some present here, and we also have some members joining us online, members of the media, especially invited guests. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to put some context to this project as we start my discourse. First of all, this project was officially launched in March of this year. Earlier this year, with of course financial support from the Interreg CaribIX program under the EU, with the major objectives of establishing internet exchange points in three of the French overseas territories of Saint Maarten, Guadeloupe, and Saint Barthélemy. And this is to really enhance critical internet broadband infrastructure and connectivity. This would later translate, and it is envisaged that it will translate into delivery of better internet speed, security, and service quality across the three territories for all internet users. With the longer-term strategic objectives of being to really foster social and economic development on the islands and to contribute to digital transformation and facilitate digital entrepreneurship driven by the wider content ecosystem that can be established around the IX. So there are benefits that we've heard, and throughout the session we've heard some of these benefits as well. And these are just some of the very strategic benefits that we can see coming out of the IX implementation. The CTU's role as the project implementing partner is to provide technical support and expert guidance to the members of the territory on IXP deployment and its ongoing operations and development. Today we are here to mark a major accomplishment of the project for the Collectivity of Saint Martin, supported by the CTU team. I wish, therefore, on behalf of the CTU Secretary General and our entire CTU Secretariat, and of course, the CTU CaribIX team, supported by the CaribNOG members, technical members, this very to congratulate, of course, the collectivity on this milestone achievement of having commissioned the SmartIX, which I was told is currently up and running, and it's already facilitating one pairing arrangement, which is operating under testing mode at the moment. So we congratulate all the participants, the collectivity in this major milestone. Of course, we are also here today to witness the signing of the MOU by the IXPs, which will guide the use and ongoing operations of SmartIX. And we are happy to see several service providers coming forward and already committing to the participation in the IX. And some who are not here have already also committed to their involvement later on. So this is indeed a significant accomplishment for the collectivity, and we are here to acknowledge this success. Our team has been working collaboratively alongside the staff of the collectivity and other partners like GCM, Dolphin Telecom, and Computech. And we have seen from them a very high level of commitment and dedication to the project and its success. Through this collective teamwork, we were able to meet the project mandate in St. Martin. And I wish to thank the teams for their efforts. And I'd really like to single out a couple of people who have really worked throughout this week with us. From Dolphin, we have Osman, who's here, and of course, Computech, Johan, and from GCN, we have Axel and Sebastian. And of course, from the CTU team, we have my colleagues, Stephen and Brent, Jared, and of course, Michelle, our communications person. So we are very much happy of this accomplishment and get back. Yeah, so as I was saying, I really want to wish and thank the team for their support and their effort throughout the process this week here. And throughout the entire project, in other jurisdictions, we've seen similar support and similar dedication towards the project. And we've worked really, really collaboratively. And we've had challenges, but we've been able to manage and iron out these challenges as we go along. So the collectivity, its partners, and other stakeholders have demonstrated a genuine understanding of, I think, the role technology plays in advancing social development and promoting a digital economy. And they have recognized, and I think this is important, that critical components of driving such development is having robust and resilient infrastructure and ubiquitous connectivity. I think Joanna also made mention of this. So we at the CTU are happy to have contributed to the achievement, and we are committed to our continued support for the success of the project and other iterations that may follow. And we are hoping that the project doesn't end abruptly. It comes to an end at the end of this month, but we are looking to continue work in supporting further implementations across the region. So the IX implementation, as I say, just marks what the beginning of the process and countless possibilities that could follow. So much is, yet to come, and we look forward to that. So again, lastly, I would like to wish and express our appreciation to the members of the whole entire CTU team. Some of them are online, who have worked diligently with the collectivity and all stakeholders for a successful IX launch today. Permit me to also recognize Interreg CaribIX program for its financial support and commitment to the CaribIX project. I believe they too understand the potential, the value for this in economic advancement. We at the CTU, we are prepared to continue working and strengthening our relationship with the territories and with Interreg in advancing the regional infrastructure and pursuing new areas of opportunities for promoting ICT development, digitization, integration, and encouraging further participation in the work of the CTU by the territory as we seek to establish what we call the Caribbean single ICT space. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gary, Ken. Let me thank all of those who have intervened here this afternoon. And now we'll pass to the reason why we're here, the signing of the MOU.
Donc, président de l'Assemblée.
C'est juste mentionner de la femme.
C'est moi. Marché.
You can especially your hands. This is yes, this is okay. So okay, all right. Conseiller, English.
When you guys sign, you can pass the crystal.
I'm French and then And those are T'as mis le place? Ouais, là, c'est avant tout le monde. Ah, il y a les initiatives. The signature is completed. You're open to the press for any question. I know we've been quite complete. Is there any question? We were very clear. The press has no question. Really? Yes, that's very good.
Where are located the exchange on the island, on both sides of the island physically?
Repeat the question.
Where are located the IX on the French side and on the Dutch side and Saint Barthélemy? Physically,
Saint Martin, they are in GCN station, they're in Guadeloupe, and there will be another part also that will be located in Computex, that is also. In Saint Barth, it is inside the Collectivity data center, and in Orient. So Saint Maarten and Guadeloupe, we have to wait
how many islands will have their own IX and will be interconnected in total?
Right. So right now we have three projects: Saint Martin, Saint Barth, and Guadeloupe. This is a project. We are looking at another iteration of the project, which will, among other things, look to interconnect all the IXs. So that is
Okay.
Yeah.
So for the moment, only those islands are Martinique.
Martinique also has.
It's already
Martinique was not part of the project, but certainly we would encourage for another piece of the project to ensure that they are, involved and engaged as well.
CTU is involved in how many IXs in the program?
Maybe I can get Stephen, maybe about 16 or 18.
Yeah, around that 15, 16.
Yeah, around 16 have been deployed within the program.
Well, if there are any further questions, let me again thank Ed, Hello, Jean, Cédric, Gary, and thank each and every one of you for being here this morning, this afternoon. And from here, let's get the work done. Thank you all so very much.